you can see I'm actually at the market. I came here to visit the ATM, which is not working, but guess what? It's one of those great days when you find the equivalent of a $20 bill in your pocket, so we can play all day. I found I had stashed a new, very tightly folded note right here in my motorbike. That's a very nice surprise for today. Oh, Eva, you made gravity shift. The power of your presence was so strong. Hi, Eva. Mikey. Perfect. Hey, man. Perfect. You guys found it. Good. Okay, so if you guys found it, then others can do it too. Oh. So I thought we would go to that Forest Cafe today. How about that? The one that is called Munchies. How about that? Done, yes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And no start. There we go. So let's go under the highway. More safe. Driving with one hand. Let's go to the... You were struggling. Okay. So Dawn is someone who needs one click. If it's 2 clicks, struggling. So I will remember to make it somehow just log on 1 click. Nothing more complex than that. They just played the national anthem, so we're going. Dawn, I am struggling as well, so it's okay. I woke up, Lee is sick, and she still has to go to work, so I feel bad for her. I am so worn out from all the training, and it's just, I just can't seem to rest enough. And because I'm back in town, so many friends said, Joel, it's great you're back. Let's go ride. So I think it's been 2 weeks since the Letap race, and I've done like 4 or 5 more hard days when I needed to just rest. And that was the mistake I made last year. Same mistake I made last year when I had the overtraining symptoms, and then my hip is starting to hurt again. Anyways, Dawn, so I am not picking on you, although I do think, hi, beautiful. Although I do think you are messing with me, Dawn, but I also am struggling. I did 2 things before, Caleb, yes, dude! I did 2 things before I started the live today. I prayed for my own patience. And I will talk about that in 1 second. And then I also played my favorite song, which is Van Halen, Right Now. That song is so good, it can make me cry every single time. And although Van Halen wouldn't say that it's a Christian song, I think of it as a Christian song, meaning Christ-like. I love that song. I love the words. I love the energy. I love the simplicity and the power. So I would say it is a Christian song, even though it's not Christian music. And then praying. Praying for my own patience. Man. Because in your heart, when you pray, there is still that secondary selfish voice. It's there almost all the time. Whether you agree or not, it is there. Whether you fight against it or not, it is there. So sometimes when you're praying, do you notice, God, I pray for this person that they would be able to do this, or God, I pray, when actually you are the only one at that moment that needs prayer. And if you actually think God is somehow limited and waiting for the things that you pray for, when your heart is not right, you are just being silly. So yes, God does want us to pray. But God also says, praying with a right heart. And so if you have some kind of big thing, very obvious, very timely, like personal irritation that's really just consuming you right then, you got to take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself, not in the way of the world, meaning do something selfish, but I mean take care of yourself. Tend to your own heart. And God is there for you in that moment as well. God is very present in that moment as well, waiting patiently for you to talk to Him. So I appreciate these live streams because that's a chance for me to be vocal about this kind of stuff so I can learn for myself for next time. Because there is always going to be a next time. As long as we are alive on planet Earth, in these human bodies, there's always going to be another failure. So I'm stopping right here. There's a beautiful flowering tree right there. The flowers are all above the tree, so you actually can't see them. Stoner Duke. Hey, buddy. Good afternoon, man. So who is here? Caleb, Eva, Duke, Mikey, Dawn. When the number said 1 up top, there were actually 5 people already here. So, yes, dude! Yes! The number said 1 and already 5 people had said hello. So I think I can't trust that number up there. Caleb, Steven, dude. Steven, I just shared a really cool story with someone yesterday about you, about the time when we were hanging out in Bangkok, look at that, dude. Hey. I met a new friend. He's visiting here from Scotland. He's cycling around Chiang Mai. So who else? Announce yourself. Declare your presence for me, please. No one. Just the 5 of you have talked so far, have sent a message. Yes, Caleb. Caleb, are you just saying that to be nice? Or take care on that motorbike, because I'm literally driving like 12 miles per hour. But, yeah, you can still have an accident at 12 miles per hour. That's true. Okay. So I am back here because many of you said, no, the live stream 3 days ago was too short. So what is the purpose of today's live stream? I am asking you guys for the purpose. I think we've done... Wow. I think it was like 260 live streams. a few months ago, I went to check how many. Anyways, for almost all of them, I have the problem of too much purpose, too many purposes, too many things on a list that I want to do, want to talk about with the live stream this week. But today, I am only here because we made an agreement. And I'm actually 2 days late fulfilling that agreement. I told you we would meet up on Monday morning, but now it's Wednesday morning for me, Tuesday night for you guys. So I'm having a rest day, not because I want to, but because, oh man, I don't know how I'll keep going if I don't take a rest day today. But a perfect chance for a live stream. So can I ask you 11 people who are so kind to come on time and go through all the trouble that it took to navigate here? One click, wait for a different page to load, and then another click. Caleb, both you and Duke are longtime followers of this channel. It's very cool that you can say hi to each other now. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm gonna guess that all of the people who join the live streams with us just on the way, I'm gonna guess none of them are gonna show up because it's on a different channel. So all of the people who only want one click and are not willing to read any posts that I put up or actually keep the schedule, none of them are gonna join. That's what I think. Duke, do you know what? Oh, Duke, I did not know that you live in Australia. Oh, man. Duke, what province is your partner in Thailand right now? Dawn, onion harvest. That is so cool. So these are wild onions? Caleb, high 20. Dude, that's so good. Thank you, man. Alexander! Mikey, thank you. Rebecca, if you're there also, thank you. Alexander, it is good to see you, man. It's been a few months since I said hello. Hey, man. Oh, man. Yeah. One of my teammates got hit last night. He went to the hospital for stitches. I still don't think motorbikes are dangerous, though. It's the interactions with stuff like that that is dangerous. If there were only motorbikes, only teenagers really would wipe out. But it's all the cars that motorbikes and bikes now have to live with. Alexander, thank you, man. I do appreciate that. I need some patience right now. Isn't it funny how humans are? There is this hunger for peace or hunger for prosperity, even when you have made progress, even when things are definitely and definitively better today for you and for me and for all of humans. Two different things, two separate things. They are better today than they once were. And you, that's like a main road. I thought it was a back drive to the temple. Actually, it's like a main highway today. People even honking at each other. You can see my position here. under the tree. So this hunger that people feel, I think that's one of the easy ways to show the imperfection of this world, and also the fact that humans have free will. You might understand how someone does not believe in Jesus, how someone refuses to follow the example of Christ. Sure, you can understand that. But the existence of God is pretty obvious. I don't know how anyone could deny that there is a God. And then you move on to the question of, if God is real though, then how is there bad stuff in the world? Why does bad stuff happen to good people, like the person you're talking about? Or Caleb, my friend Caleb. I know he's a very, very cool, very nice guy. Why did bad stuff happen to him if God is real? But it does not show that God is not real. It proves that we have free will, that humans are free to do what we want completely. And so we have bad stuff that happens in the world. Thankfully, God is here to help us through. And thankfully, many of us know the truth, the simple truth that love is the way. Not logic, not actually progress, although it is very nice when we make progress and we become better ourselves. That's a beautiful thing to see that progress happen. But when it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that God is gone. And so to the 11 of you who are hanging out with me, listening to me suddenly talk about the purpose of love, or the presence of evil, or the all-powerfulness of God in the world right now on a Wednesday morning, I am actually going to listen to my friend Caleb right now and get off the road. It seems like people have discovered this is a shortcut between two main roads, because the amount of traffic on this tiny road here is a bit absurd. I'm going to get to that cafe. And I'm giving you guys a job right now. Leave some questions for me. Leave some wisdom for one another. It's too... Oh, it's less. It's 1 kilometer to the cafe. Okay, I know where we are. Okay, I'm gonna keep driving and watch out for high-speed traffic on this tiny road that we come on every day because there's no traffic on the road. So the traffic in Chiang Mai, noticeably more in just 6 months. It's very weird. It is the cool season, but this is not tourist traffic. This is local traffic for sure. It's like the amount of cars on the road has doubled just in 6 months. Very weird. And those of you who are commenting beautiful weather, yeah, I think this week, 2 of the days, I said, this is the most beautiful bike ride I've ever been on. Not the best bike ride or the coolest, but just the most beautiful. Tied for the best weather I've ever seen. 2 times in 1 week. And today is pretty good too. Look at this. So it is 20 degrees. The past 2 days I woke up a little bit early, got outside. On the first one it was 13 degrees when I reached the top of the mountain climb. 13 when you only have a short sleeve cycling jersey. I couldn't even feel my fingers on the descent actually. And then yesterday 16. So right now 20. And I'm going to show you some beautiful flowers. We are halfway to the cafe. But I haven't seen any messages answering my question. Quick, what kind of trees are these? Joel, there are about 18 species of tree in the photo. What are you talking about? The straight, tall ones with the gigantic leaves that are browning at different times. Green, brown, gold. Oh, what's that one? No, good, good, close. Teak. The teak, the famous tree for which Siam was so tantalizing to colonize by the British. So attractive to come and log all the trees. Hey, you guys are having fun. I didn't see the messages. Oh man, you can see in the background there is Doi Pui. You can see here Don, what is it called? They use it on 9 a.m. opening time. That's right. That's why we don't come here. Every time I come here, then I'm reminded why we don't come here, because it opens at 9. Oh man, so where should we go? You guys, do we need Fern Presso? Can I actually treat myself? On a live stream, I feel like already it's so fun. I never, ever need to have any gift. Oh, the white flour done, it's used in curries. Northern Thai, it's called dok ka. So there's a dish called gang ka. Wow, Lee, thank you. Wow. That's awesome. Oh man. Mikey, I recognize Songkran is a great time, but I'll just tell you right now, 6 months in advance, I'm almost never here in April. Mikey, you remember that's the worst time for the weather here. Obviously, you can still come to Chiang Mai and you can stay longer than 1 month. Yeah, Don, that's what I would recommend. April is not a nice, unfortunately, it's not a nice time in northern Thailand. March is hazardous level AQI with nice air temperature. April is hazardous level AQI with 104 Fahrenheit every day. Pretty bad. Caleb, thank you. Usually on the live streams, I don't feel like I deserve any gifts or any treats, and I definitely don't need treats. Yeah, Duke, as time has gone on, the bad part of smoke season has moved from February, March to now March, April. And this year it was very late. It was actually April, May. This year was like 1 whole month later. It's what we call deep purple. Oh my gosh. Because I was listening to Van Halen this morning. I appreciate that. We not want that kind of deep purple, but Don, that is hilarious, actually. So now 3 years in a row I've done the April, I just call it my April escape. And the big decision that I always have is, how can I have fun? Or not just have fun, but how can I take care of my safety selfishly when Lee has to stay here? Because she does have a break, so she can join me for usually 2 weeks. And then I stay another 2 weeks wherever we are, wherever we escape to. So Caleb and Lee, thank you for letting me go to Fern Presso, for giving me permission to go to my favorite place. This road has been paved, by the way. Let me show you this. I tried the no-hand camera switch. I'm not going to do that again. See, it's good to learn these things when you're moving only at walking speed on a motorbike. Thank you, Caleb. That was it's fun because on the bicycle, I do that without even thinking about it. Ride with no hands, do something in the jersey pocket, switch a water bottle or something. But on the motorbike, you can't just ride with no hands without thinking about it. You got to be very strategic. So look at this. This is brand new. Doesn't even have lines yet. See that? New road. Yeah, babe. Look at that. So I can take you on this route for practice, and whoa, everyone, look at that. Just wait. Just wait. I can take you this way, and you don't need to say that it's a secret gravel ride. A surprise gravel ride. You guys, look at this. Yes, we are. Your headset very. Yeah, Snow Duke. Right on, dude. Yes, I am driving on the wrong side of the road right now. Dude, that is a view. Oh, man. Amen. Oh, man. You guys see the plane? That's gorgeous. Wow. Look at this. That's look at this guy. Man, that's beautiful. Stoner Duke, really, that's cool. I did not think about that. Yeah, my bicycle. Now remember, I did not pay even 1 cent for my bicycle. But yeah, my bicycle cost more than this road bike. Morning. Hey, hey. Doing great, man. Hey, the 3T. I think I saw this guy at the race 2 weekends ago. So he's coming around to say hi.
So you're blogging or making a YouTube video? Or?
I have a YouTube channel and then a live group that we meet once a week. So this is a live hangout. Nice shirt. Where did you get that?
Chile Cycle Tours.
Oh, it's a cycle tour.
Yeah.
Lee, do I have one of our stickers on the... My logo is not so dissimilar from that.
Yeah, I see you on YouTube.
Okay.
'Cause,
that's cool, man.
like, who doesn't like food and bicycles?
Excellent.
You were going up the hill with Blake Donnelly.
Yes.
About 4 days ago. I went past you and you called out.
Cool.
I was the fat guy. I'm still the fat guy.
Oh, yes. Hey, I don't remember you as the fat guy. I remember cool 3T because Blake has a 3T. He sold it and got a new.
Actually,
Hey, man.
Ian.
Nice to meet you. Joel.
Joel, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, that's easy. I see you on
Thanks a lot.
YouTube
Yeah.
all the time.
I remember you were up early too, right?
I always get up early.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
the best time of the day.
Sure. Yeah, and you can enjoy a view and not have to rush knowing that it's going to get
It
hot.
doesn't get hot.
Yeah.
And there's not too many people up the hill or up
Yep.
at 12 or whatever. And I lived in the Middle East for 12 years, so if you didn't get it done by 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
it wasn't getting done. So
Oh, yeah. Even hotter than here, I bet.
Oh,
That's
just
one of the few places that's hotter than here.
yeah, summer in Dubai by 9:30 it'd be 40.
Oh, man. Yeah,
So-
that's...
So we used to start at 5:30. And,
Oh, okay. Yep.
But anyway, look, lovely to meet you. I'll let you get back to your blog and see you around.
Thanks. Hopefully.
Follow your adventures
Cool.
and,
Thank you.
tips for Sai Ua. You introduced me to Sai Ua.
I-
The shop, the market down there
Yes.
on the corner of
Yep.
Canal Road and
He like makes his own knife out of a hacksaw blade from a saw and then super fast cuts the
I
sidewalk.
can't-
That
but
guy?
you go in there and it's just like a Sai Ua emporium. Yeah, that place. I love it. It's just fantastic. That sausage.
I should have you write the description for that video. This is perfect.
It's pretty old now. Just an
Hey,
old
enjoy the
one.
day.
Do you live in Chiang Mai?
I do. That would be my local market.
Oh, really?
That,
Okay.
So I can walk there.
So you make a living YouTubing and cycling, and
Right now it's those two.
that's pretty awesome.
I'm so lucky to have a wife who allows me to try to do that.
Well, I'm
Also.
retired, and I'm so lucky to have a wife who just lets me go ride my bike.
There, yeah.
Honey, can I go to Samung this morning? And she,
Yeah.
yes, I want you happy. Come home when you're happy days. Take care, mate.
We are two of the luckiest guys there are, man.
See you around.
See ya. Did you hear that? Hi, Lee. Oh, man. So, God is answering prayers one by one like that, you see? Isn't it so funny when you can say the same sentence, the same words, or hear the same sentence, hear the same 10 words, when you believe in them, Lee, I'm sorry that can't happen. When you believe in them, they are so full of power, but when you don't believe in them, they are just words. So I can sit here and say, oh, Joel, the live streams have been so special. They can be medicinal. You just need to click, go live, and everything will be okay. Sometimes though, I just think of, what if I say the wrong thing? Or what if I say too many words? Or what if no one really needs to hear what I have to say today? I have that thinking in my heart. And so I tell myself, oh, the live stream's gonna be fun. But actually, I'm not ready. And then I tell myself, but life is going good. Actually, Joel, you have an unbelievable life. This year could be the best year of your entire life. And even if when you're 75 years old and you look back and you think about this year, it could be a year worth telling about. Other people might be jealous of this year. So how can you feel ever unhappy? And it just gets back to that. Humans are not perfect. So if we actually strive for perfection, it's gonna be disappointment. So then you go up a mountain, and I encouraged that guy, and he said, it's a card game, Don. It's our family favorite card game. When you go up a mountain, it was early in the morning, and I told him he was doing a good job. And that was very meaningful for him. And how lucky am I that I can just do that and have that be something powerful and day-changing for someone else. So that's something actually that I'm thinking about each day right now, because just this month, getting back from some races in other provinces in Thailand, and then Taiwan, and then China, and then coming back to Thailand and doing a few more races, I've had just in a few months, like one lap, I guess, of my life of the past 5 years. All the stuff that I've put my energy into, the progress I've made, not just from ability of cycling, but the whole thing of devoting to one sport or one goal, making myself the best, fastest mountain climber that I can in 5 years. And all the friends that I've met along the way, all the international groups that I've hung out with, all the people like this awesome guy who I've encouraged along the way, I don't actually think that I'm doing extra. I'm just doing what I should do. I'm doing literally ground level. I fail a few times and I really resent myself at some moments. I really feel guilty that I'm missing the opportunity. But at other times, God gives me a gift. Like this guy coming here right at the perfect time to remind me it doesn't actually need to be Joel, you've done a good job. That actually doesn't need to be said, because in God's eyes, God loves us so much. God is always in love with us. So we don't ever need to think of good job, ever. We just do our job. We just do our job. Our job means just live our lives. Forgive ourselves, forgive one another. Love ourselves, love one another. And just keep your head up. Keep waiting for the opportunity. And it's not right to think of points. You know, oh, this was good, but this was bad. Oh, you know, you made up for it in this way. No, because God forgave us all millions and millions of made up for that one, made up for this one. Oh, this is a point here or minus a point there. God gave us basically just like a free million. And we're here counting ones or even like 50 cents. And God gave us a free million. And God just wants us to talk to him and wait for him. Not wait to see if ourselves can be the success. And that is a constant battle for every person. It's a constant battle. But thankfully, God understands that. So in the Christmas time of year, we see the story of Jesus on TV, or we read about it, or we are reminded by our friends, oh, Christmas is coming. And Christmas can carry a lot of stress. People expecting you to be somewhere on time, or people expecting you to join some event, and you can't even focus on your own schedule, let alone plan 3 weeks ahead where you're going to be, or what dinner you're going to join, what plane ticket you're going to buy. So the real story of Christmas is what I just said. God actually had a plan for us before we even existed, before Joel even existed. God already had a plan. God loved us so much that he gave us Jesus in the world as a real person who felt pain in a human body. That is the story of Christmas. And so we can do something so dumb, like not even just tell a different story, but even like think that Christmas is about fighting who can put up the tree on the right day or something, or decorating your tree is literally the most important thing of the entire month. Humans are so silly. We are so silly. I love this. I accidentally went on the first road, accidentally found the new shortcut for cars to cut through from one main road to the next. And now I've come over here and there's actually a running race that I'm sitting next to, and I didn't even know it. This one tree, I have photographed this one tree on the way at least 100 times, because when I ride here with Mom and Dad, or Lee, sometimes we come around this bend, I always love this view. So I'm always taking out the phone right here. It's a flat stretch of road. Turning around, I ride in front and I snap that photo so many times. Sometimes there is rice growing here, sometimes corn. This is an agricultural test field. So the students will grow stuff here and then be graded on their agriculture knowledge or skills or even scientific testing. See, there's basil right here, peanuts. Lee, is that morning glory? Sunflower seeds. Sunflowers. Sometimes there's rice, potatoes, corn. Anyways, the stuff here changes, the color up here changes, and then the clouds change. It's just a magnificent view. But this tree is always in the shot. And I'm never taking a photo of that tree. But because of its location, the position of the tree is always making sure that that tree is in the photo. It is an areca nut tree. Some people call it betel nut. And there's a weaver bird that built a beautiful nest right there. So this is called ton mak in Thai language. It's a type of palm, obviously. I'm now sweating. That's a nice feeling. I was chilling before. Now I'm sweating. By the way, shout out Anthony and Kristen. I still love this gimbal that you gifted me with very early on in our live stream days. I'm trying to move without... Yes, not the... Very good. Duke. Beetle. So there's a confusion of the leaves. There's another leaf called a beetle leaf, which is actually not a beetle leaf. It is the same shape. It's actually a pepper... excuse me. It's called Piper lolot. It's in the pepper family. Yeah. Don is correct, Stoner Duke. So it's actually beetle nut. But that's a slang. Yeah, Caleb, so I'm taking that off on purpose. Right on, bro. So this is a gift. This is a gift from my good friend. So, Don, I can teach you something cool, man. There's actually a confusion about that too, because miang is no longer used Yeah. This is a great example of many things, of food all over the world, but definitely Thai food. Miang is a tea substitute. It's a completely different plant. It's not so popular anymore, but in Phra, I made a video 4 or 5 years ago of a family who grows miang, and they still use it and make real miang kham, which is a very popular dish. It's a very beautiful Thai food called miang kham. It's individually made up bites with maybe 5 or 6 different things. You enclose it in that Piper lolot leaf, which now is also substituted, because the Piper lolot is harder to come by. It's substituted with a chaplu, bai chaplu leaf, and miang, which is pickled sometimes and can be used as a tea substitute, is harder to come by now. And the bai chaplu is very easy to come by, and it's also beautiful, and it smells so nice. I think chaplu smells even nicer than miang. So anyways, Stoner Duke, you have betel nut, pepper nut, betel leaf, miang, and Vietnamese balm, I think is the name in English. These are all confused for one another. This is very cute. There's a couple. The guy is clearly comfortable on the bike, and he's teaching his partner how to use her sunglasses correctly. And he is doing a good job. Yeah, but yes, Stoner Duke, so in Vietnam, yes. Exactly, dude. So you were just confused about the one. Yeah, Don, it doesn't matter, but I did make a video of that. So miang is still grown in Phra and Nan. I bet in Chiang Mai there are some. Yep, so Mikey, Mikey, you have the actual memory without the names. So Mikey, that is the same thing, yes. So they have different recipes for this, and you'll see elder Thai people in the countryside, usually not in the city, because people will pressure the city goers or city dwellers to not spit the red juice on the street. So it kind of gets rid of the tradition of eating it. But my best Thai friend, his mom would pound up the betel nut after, or sometimes she would just eat that instead of dinner. And they would say, Grandma, you got to eat some food. You can't just eat betel nut all day. So it is mildly addictive, but also the habit is addictive. But yeah, Mikey, that's it. That is betel nut. The proper name is called areca nut. The tree you just saw is the areca palm. And the leaves you cannot eat. So that it's easy to confuse betel nut with betel leaf. But actually the betel leaf is a different leaf. And there's confusion in that one between the one Don is talking about and Miang. So Don, again, a reminder, what are these trees? Yeah, but you know what it is. You just don't know the Thai words for it. But Don, that's the interesting thing though, because even Thai people, younger generation Thai people, might not know the difference. Because the modern way to make it is with a different leaf that is not the one that is in the name. Yep, you got it, Don. So there was just a festival here, a flower festival and agricultural festival. So they're still wrapping up. Look at that. We've had plenty of live stream walking around a field of flowers. Whoa, these melons are huge. All of these are just melons. Wow. Sawasdeeครับ สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีตอนเช้านะครับพี่ ผ่าน ไปก่อนได้ไหมครับ ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณมากครับ Backside ต้นสัก very good. Dude, Mikey, nice one. Correct. And remember, for those of you learning Thai language, sak, spelled slightly differently, but pronounced the same, means tattoo. Hey, buddy. The dog thought about it, and then he stayed put. Yes, Kim! Woohoo! Perfect. Great timing. Kim, you've come truly at a great time. I need some inspiration. Kim, I'm taking you on one of my favorite tiny tours. Oh, that was a... Dude, that was a special plant. Hold on. Kim, what have you been thinking about today? What are you up to? Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. I thought it was a pitcher plant. It's not. I'm looking, Lee. I'm trying to be safe. We did find some animals here one time. I'm looking for some birds. No, okay, I was wrong about that. Here you go. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And in here, I was checking if there were more of those flowers, but no. Okay, we're going. Lee. Kim? Wow, those are big words. Thank you for sharing your attitude. Kim, can I ask a second question though? Can you tell me like one thing specifically that you are doing? Like one way or one strategy that you have. My Dukes, yes, good morning. Hi, my Dukes. Good morning, good morning. Oh, Caleb, sorry, I forgot to finish. So, this was a gift last week from my best buddy. Isn't it a cool shirt? I don't know where he actually got the design. I don't think he drew it himself, but he found the design somewhere and thought it would be a beautiful shirt. So, and it matches so well with the season right now, doesn't it? Actually, it would match more in the rainy season even, but it matches right now. It's just a beautiful shirt. Yes. Whoop, shortcut. Let's take it. Oh, immediate spider web in the face. So it's a good shortcut. People don't come down here much. I'm looking for spider webs. You guys enjoy the view. Enjoy my facial expressions. Uh-oh. You ready? Yes. Morning, guys. Oh man, what a day. What a day. What sunshine. You guys are heavy. My shoulder is starting to hurt. turning right. We have arrived. Did I tell you it was 1 kilometer? You know, Billy would know the exact time duration that it takes me to drive 1 kilometer. Something like 48 minutes, maybe 49 minutes. Check with Billy. Oops. We have arrived, and I really need to use the bathroom. Where's Adam? Can you guys tell a joke? Tell a joke to each other in honor of Adam? Try going to Kim. Mikey, ant trails. I think everyone, every trail. Yes, Pra, Don, yes. Very old, very poor quality video, but yes, Pra. Kim, what is a verse for today? Kim, why do you feel anxious? I think I just spent about 20 minutes sharing why, what makes me anxious, and how I am amazed at God's patience with us. What about you, Kim? What's making you anxious, and which verse is good for you today? I guess that guy next to me was in the same position. Maybe he has his own live stream group of friends and he ran to the bathroom. So, okay, I'm next. I promise, I'm right here. See you in 1 minute. Just thought of a fun story that I can tell you guys. Fun, embarrassing story for me. But we were talking about something serious, so hold on. Let's finish that. So we're gonna go inside. You guys remember, maybe I have 1 or 2 friends working behind the counter. สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ เป็นไงบ้างครับวันนี้ How are you today, man?
Good, but
Oh, yeah, cold air and then dry and then so Sorry, man. You guys, my dukes. Do you know me by now? Which one am I gonna pick?ขอตัวนี้เป็นอเมร้อนนะครับ premium balance and a croissant please. Thank you. This one is my favorite. But they have always 7 different choices. These are more for darker or coffee drinks. These are for the Americano. I would never get strong, actually. I like the name strong, but I would never order this one. I like the fresh and balance. They are more fruity. Thank you. And Fernpresso has what I think is the best bang for your buck when it comes to coffee flavor. Top 3, for sure top 3. Thank you. Oh my, what a day, what a day. It's so nice when early morning outdoor cafe is busy. It's such a nice feeling. Which table should I take? This one. Be still. Excuse me, Madux, thank you. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Is that from Isaiah, Madux? Caleb, where is the option to buy you a coffee? This channel does not have that option. Caleb, you never need to buy me a coffee. And Caleb, you are so generous, man. But Caleb, no, Caleb, you don't need, Caleb, thank you. Next time. Caleb, you are awesome, man. It's good to have you back. Philippians 4. Hey, Kim, that's beautiful. That was one of the verses in church 3 days ago. Oh, when we were hanging out on the live stream and I said goodbye, then we rushed to church. Philippians 4 was one of the, 6 through 7. Be anxious for nothing. Kim. So Madux was sharing, Kim is sharing about verses that help her when she wants calm, when she wants not to feel anxiety. Be anxious for nothing, but through prayers and supplication with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Caleb, amen. Rock on. Be anxious for nothing, but present your requests through prayer and supplication, and be thankful as you present your request to God. Cool. Pine Sol? Kim, what's a small world? Oh, Madux? Right on. I heard it today and wrote it down real fast. It struck me. Okay, Madux. I think it is from the Old Testament. I think this is God speaking to one of the prophets to share the words with the people of Israel. Pine Sol. Super cool. We have a once a week meet up. It's usually on Sunday morning for me here in Thailand, but as you can see, today is not Sunday morning. So this week we had 2, but usually it's just 1. So I make the videos and I upload them on the main channel, But now we are starting a second channel, maybe some shorter videos or some less edited videos, just basically just meal experiences are going to be on this channel, teaching about Thai language, how to order Thai food in Thai. Sometimes I will just speak Thai while we are eating together. So good for you. Maduk's, good for you for writing it down, even though you didn't know where it came from. I'm happy to hear that it struck you in a special way. Those are words of truth, and that promise is so cool to think about. From 3,000 years ago to today is the same promise, and it is worth the same. Look at this sofa. If this is not a place of peace, I don't know what is. Pine Sol, where do you live? Right. Don. Man, God is so great for so many reasons. One big reason is coffee. That's for sure. Wow, Pine Sol, so you've been to Thailand? You and your partner are coming from Canada? Lee, yes. A lot of birds. That's cool. You can... I never know what can come through the microphone, you know? We have sounds of... Thank you. Thanks so much, man. Madukes, I really appreciate that. Sometimes people do not think about trusting themselves as something that's important. Madukes, that's very meaningful, very smart, very scary, and very real. You know, Madukes, one of the most famous guys in the Bible, Paul has a very powerful talk, sharing his own experience, sharing them with, I think it is a church in a place called Colossia, so the name of the Bible book is Colossians. So it's a very short book, I think 3 or 4 chapters, but it is one of the most powerful pages of the entire Bible. Paul says, I try to do my best in this way, but I can't. I don't. I want to do good, but I can't. I can't even trust myself. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, if I can't even trust myself to do the thing that I want to do, if I can actually watch my own body doing the thing that I said I don't want to do, I can't even trust myself. So then, how can I judge myself? I cannot judge myself, so I cannot judge others. I leave it to God to judge all of us. So then, how to go forward? Well, the answer is love. Love one another. Work hard to love one another. And work hard to forgive yourself. Work hard to not judge yourself. It is not an easy task. But Paul was, he was not just a teacher, he was like a super student. He was like a perfect student. So Paul is saying, if even he, as the A+ 4.0 GPA average student, if even he can't pass the tests, how can anyone else be expected to pass? So God is not actually ever asking us to pass a test. God will never test us. There are other verses in the Bible where God promises the time of testing us is finished. When Jesus is here now, Jesus has paid the price for us. From the time that Jesus came into the world until now is a new age for the world. There were old stories in the Old Testament of God testing the Israelites in the desert, leaving Egypt, in bondage in Babylon, and then having independence again. There were different tests that God tested if the people were going to listen to him. Those times were a little bit different than our world now, because God says we have the Holy Spirit now within us, which is the biggest gift of all. And so we actually have superpowers now, in a way. We have real freedom, and we do not need to live in fear or anxiety. Sometimes we still worry about stuff, and it's not fun. But we do not have to be afraid that these worries or fears will win. Caleb, I'm saying thank you because you bought me so many cups of coffee where actually I couldn't even drink it all. So this is one of them today. I'm having the extreme gift of being able to drink it months later. You gave a gift to future Joel. And future Joel says thank you. Future Joel, which is now the present Joel, with a delicious cup of coffee. Tastes like grapes. Caleb, right on, dude. Tastes like grapes, but not wine. See, Fern Presso they're just so good, man. Goodness. Delicious. So this week I'm taking it easy on the training side, and I need to edit a few videos because Christmas time is coming and Lee has a holiday. That's Madukes. I wonder if it would have been so famous throughout history. You could say the party would have lasted a lot longer if people suddenly had endless coffee to drink, if people were drinking skins of coffee. Supposedly that party lasted for a week. It was an extended weekend, the long weekend. But what if it was unlimited coffee? I bet it would not have been so much fun, though. Everyone just shaking with nervous laughter instead of the most delicious wine. If you guys saw on Facebook, I tried to put up an inspirational post of a little challenge that I did. Actually, that challenge was not the best that I've ever done. The challenge was like the halfway. It was a reminder of myself how tough it can be getting into the deeper hours of a non-stop long bike ride. And next week, I'm gonna try to do double. It's actually gonna be even a little bit more than double. So it's gonna be one of the hardest rides that I've ever done by myself. So this week, I'm resting, but also I need more time to edit videos. So I can take 2 days completely off and then probably need to sleep for an entire day when I get back from that. So this week, easy. So that's why we can do 2 live streams this week. And Lee and I are gonna hopefully get some video content tonight. And Saturday again, then I can have 2 videos to edit. And I can go do something crazy next week. Thank you so much, Kim. So I have a big thank you to say to you guys who did navigate over here to find this other channel. Thank you. Here is a Pine Sol, I'm so sorry. I got distracted. I can't even remember where I was. Mikey and Rebby, thank you. Okay. Pine Sol, can I ask you a question? When you arrive, are you looking to rent your own transportation from the airport? Or are you looking to mix local transportation, taxis, or maybe even public transportation like a bus? Or are you wanting to be arriving in a place where you then don't need to take transportation? Caleb, we have 2 Kim. Oh, Kim, thank you. You're very fast with that. Oh, this is dangerous. I need this to be 3 cups deep. We got enough beans this year. Are you serious? That's awesome. Done. Dude, how meaningful is that? To each cup is so special, man. That's so cool. Don, congratulations. I'm sure coffee is not easy to grow. Especially, we only live at 300 meters, so. Don, was it an Arabica bean that you grew? Pine Sol? I'm very sorry. 15 minutes later, finally coming back to answer your question about what cities to recommend in the north. Calling Pine Sol. Don, that is beautiful. That would be... Don, there is a tree. The race that I did a few weeks ago, we rode through the area, the district that has the oldest cultivated tea in the entire world. So the first known cultivated tea is outside of Phu or Yunnan, southern China, and it can be narrowed down to just one tree. One, I guess tea is considered a tree, even though it's small. Even though it's the size of a bush, they call it tea trees, I guess. Oh, Don, yeah, congratulations, man. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. It's fun. If you actually drank it, that's so cool. So, yes, I did. I mean, thank you for watching in such detail that you remember me just mentioning it, because I didn't actually show any video clips. It was raining that entire stage, so I didn't even take one photo. Mikey, I think you're mixing 3 different stories together, but it sounds good. So Don, there you go, your first order. Pine Sol asked the question, so I guess he understandably got tired of waiting for me to come back around to his question. His or her, I think his question. From Canada, Pine Sol, but I can just answer for the benefit of everyone else. And maybe Pine Sol is still here, just maybe away from the keyboard. If you need local transportation, you have to arrive in a town, in one of the provincial capital towns. But in the north, these towns are different sizes. So Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai have direct flights from Bangkok. When you arrive at the airport, you can rent a car from the airport, or you can take a taxi anywhere. You could take a taxi from the airport to the middle of the mountains, but you arrive at the central airport. Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai are bigger towns. You could just arrive and just stay there the whole time. From the airport, with a tiny bit of moving, maybe with one taxi ride, you could then just walk around and enjoy your whole week just on foot from your hotel, walking to different places, or taking taxis, which are very easy, very cheap in the city. If you don't mind finding other ways, then you can visit the other smaller towns. So you might take a tuk-tuk, or you might go for a hike, or you might rent a bicycle, or take a bus. So you could go with a secondary flight. You could go to one of the smaller towns, but I would recommend you come to the Chiang Mai airport and rent a car, and then you drive. It's going to be a long distance, but if you have time, you can really explore Thailand like that. So there are kind of 2 trips. And I would say if you stay for 1 week, you could do both. You come for 3 days to Chiang Mai or to Chiang Rai if you've been to Chiang Mai already. I would say fly from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. You rent a car. You do some kind of mountain trip, and you see the mountains, you see the smaller towns or villages. You find a place to stay, maybe 2-3 nights outside of town, then you drive back, you return the rental car to the airport, and then you just hang out in town for another 3 or 4 days. And in Chiang Mai, you don't need any other transportation. You can walk around, you can take Grab, which is the local ride-share taxi. It's very cheap if you just stay in the town. Third thing, not focusing totally on nature, which is what I was just talking about, the nature part and then the food part. The nature would be the reason to go outside of town. The food would be the reason to stay in town. Culture. Chiang Mai is just a cool, very touristy place right now. There's not much real Thai culture to be found here on the face of a 1-week visit. You have to really dig deep now because Chiang Mai is so famous. So to get out and really see authentic Thailand towns, I recommend Nan and Phra, or even smaller would be Phayao. For these, you're probably going to have to rent a car and drive to them, but the north, or Ma Hong Son, excuse me, also Ma Hong Son. So I didn't recommend you Don Ma Kampong, but you can take a day trip. But still, Ma Kampong is not authentic Thai. That's just like a fun, beautiful, photo-friendly day trip. You're not going to find authentic, Thai village experience. So, Pine Sol, it really matters what you want to do, what your focus is. If you want just a fun week hanging out, eating street food, walking around town, or if you want like authentic Thailand experience, which is for sure going to be you got to do a little bit more work to find that. But a cool thing is, I would say, for example, a country like China, you would have to have a tour guide to bring you to an authentic Chinese cultural experience. If you don't speak Chinese yourself, I've done maybe 7 or 8 trips to China now. Completely no chance that I would be able to have an authentic Chinese experience without Lee introducing me to the way or meeting a friend who introduces me the way to find it. The gap is just too far. The distances are just too far. Thailand is different. Malaysia is different. The countries are so rich in culture, just like China, but so small. You can actually get around. You can actually have a ton of different experiences one day after another. So I think that is why Thailand is top. It's convenient, it's not expensive, it's authentic and real, beautiful nature, obviously food, obviously people are amazing, but it's small. There's not many places that are easy, friendly, inexpensive, and small. Nam Po Luang, is that right, Don? Don, do you have a guest house that you're advertising? No. No, Mikey. Neither of us can. And I don't know which of us would get in more trouble. I bet we would get in equal trouble for being caught doing something like that. And if anyone else is curious why that is, because Thailand really guards its tourism. Almost no space for a foreigner to do something that involves tourism, which totally makes sense. I do not disagree with that at all, actually. Mikey and Rebbe, Lee would not want to do that either. I'm the one who would enjoy that. Lee would not enjoy being a guide. Even in China, she would probably not want to do that. Mikey, I'm just curious. Why would you ask if Lee would do that in Thailand instead of me? Or do you mean Lee doing that for Chinese citizens who are visiting Thailand? That would be the only reason that she would do it instead of me, is because the people visiting only speak Chinese. Oh, okay. Yes, that's true. But education and tourism are definitely not the same thing. Okay, that makes sense why you would ask that. I found out something cool yesterday, and I mentioned that I have a funny, embarrassing story. And why not tell it right now? Yesterday, I found out my own personal, non professional hero. So I have a few professional athletes that I enjoy following, but none of them do I care about more than this guy who is non professional. And he is, I would say, exactly like me. Specifically, non professional is like the thing of it. He does amazing things. I would say more difficult than most professional races that I've known about, but he is definitely not professional. He has a day job, he has a family. He set his own personal best record when he was 38 years old. I never knew. When I started following him, which was 11 years ago, he was one of the first bicycle enthusiasts who I ever contacted or followed, and I followed him until today. He's 11 years older than me, I think. So he was 38 when he did his best ever performance. Best ever means he was third in the race across America. So one of the hardest, he wouldn't say it's a sporting event, endurance events. One of the world's hardest sporting events is this race. It's a time trial, basically, from California to Maryland. It's nonstop. They basically just fight to see who can sleep the least. It's totally unbelievable, the speed that people can maintain to do this. So it's one of the hardest races in the world. It's not a professional race, but professionals do it. And Brian got third place when he was 38 years old. And I never knew what age he was, because when I was following him in that race, I was 27, and I thought, oh, this is crazy. People racing across the entire US, that must be hard. I had no idea how hard. I had no idea. No idea. I just thought, oh, this is a crazy event. I just found out yesterday he was 38 when he did that. So that's even more inspiration for me to treat this upcoming year a little bit differently. Okay. Okay, last bite of food. I have to start work part 2 for today. Thank you for making my part 1 so easy and tasty. In a straight line, yes. I think for this race, it's 5,100 kilometers, I think. Because they can't actually travel in a straight line, obviously. Mikey, I think they pass straight through Kansas south of where you are, but the route travels kind of north the entire way because they start in Southern California. So they have to travel slightly north as they're traveling east for the whole time, but they don't reach Iowa. And all of the riders say the hardest part is the Appalachian. The mountains are not high, but they are more steep. And it's getting to be day 6, day 7, day 8 if you're on the pace of the winners. So I was looking again at Brian's ride yesterday, and his day 1 ride is better than my personal best for a single activity, a single 600 kilometer ride. So basically they do 8 back-to-back 600 kilometer rides. So it's already a milestone to do 600 kilometers in under 24 hours. I still haven't done that, and that's like a career goal for me, to do a sub 24 hour 600. They do 8 sub 24 hour 600s. That is mental, man. Okay, so yes, they do have support. Yes, it is a race, so the road is there for them. They don't have to take care of themselves, which takes several hours per day. Anyways, my best attempt at riding a sub 24 hour 600, Brian still did faster than that for just the first day of his 8 days to getting 3rd place. It is hard to comprehend. But he did it when he was 38, so I know this year or next year, I have no reason to think that I will decline in ability. Not yet. Which is a very cool thought. And why am I talking about this? Well, several months ago I was, for the first time ever in my life, thinking that I was old. I was actually feeling the word old. So I've had some cool reminders that not only am I a few guys who are personal heroes actually did better after they were age 38, which is pretty cool. Okay, have a great day, everyone. See you next week. Caleb, thanks, man. Lee sees your message, and Caleb, I enjoyed your gift very much. Yes, you did give me a gift. Amen. Leads right on. Wow. Thanks, guys. I don't know why the messages were not coming in. It was like no message for like 10 minutes. I thought, well, I guess people are tired of me talking for today, so time to finish. Now I see all these messages. Oh, Mikey, you drove from Maryland to California. Yeah. Okay. So they've never done it from Maryland to California. That's kind of funny. You did actually Maryland to California, not Pennsylvania to California, or... Do not be too passionate. Uh-oh. I don't know if we can follow your advice, Eva. Mikey, that's awesome, man. Thank you. That is cool, Mikey. You drove actually Maryland to... So they do the reverse of your car trip. But that is an epic car trip. Yeah, and Mikey, if you told someone that you did that in the car, and they actually think about it, they would say, that's actually an insane car ride. Wow, how did you do that? And then you say, no. These guys do it on a bicycle. No, 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 not just on a bicycle, because plenty of people do that. They retire, they take 6 months to ride their bikes across USA. No, the record actually is 6 days, 20 hours, I believe. Hi, the Love Fam. Nice to meet you. You have a very cute profile picture. Love Fam? Oh, my dukes. I have to realize that. I have to realize you might still be listening, even if you're not typing something. Oh, Mikey, okay, okay. Man. Well, anyone have anything they would like to pray with me for today? Oh, Don. So I wonder if there's a known record time for riding across Thailand. Maybe I could focus on something like that. The known record for Thailand would be way easier than the known record for the USA, that's for sure. I bet I could actually do it, because there would be so few people who have actually attempted that record. So that would be fun, to be like the first fastest known time. That would be pretty cool. I'm gonna go and see how far that would be. I'm gonna immediately see on the map what that would look like. Yeah, Don, that would be a huge, huge ride. It would be about a third of RAM, Race Across America. Thank you, Love Fam. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. Lee is still dealing with it for hopefully today is the last day. I hope. Wow, Kim. Thank you for being a good friend to her and being an example to her and her family and to us and our family. Thank you to you guys who prayed with me for my friend. He had to leave Thailand actually, and he's doing the treatments in the USA right now. And we could say he is being more of an inspiration to me than I am to him. That is the power of God, the power of hope. In one word, hope. Dear Father, Father who is so big and so strong, we give you praise and glory on a day when the nature is literally singing. No matter where we are on this earth, you know us and you know what is in our heart. And you have the time to have a personal relationship with every single one of us. No matter how many of us there are, you still have the same time, the same patience. And right now we just sit and say, you are amazing, God. Thank you for creating this world in so much fascinating and beautiful detail that we can sit here and talk for 2 hours, have coffee and breakfast, and just look at beautiful colors and appreciate the light that shines from the sun you gave us, bouncing off all these different colors and just illuminating a beautiful new season here. It's winter in Thailand, which means a little bit cooler weather. Winter in another country might mean very cold temperatures, but it's all a cycle. And thank you for giving us these rhythms that we have to live through, and they can teach us so much. So God, we are trying to be patient, and help us with more patience, please, God, today. Help us with patience. Help me to just stop my thoughts and really be patient, listening and waiting. Thank you so much for that meeting with my new friend Tim over there next to the fields of sunflowers. Gifts like that, maybe small, maybe short, but so literally mind-blowing with the connectivity that we can have, the shared memories, the shared experiences. We can both relate in maybe different ways, but the fact that we are loving one another is such a source of encouragement. Thank you that we have our spirits the way that they are, that they can just be so motivated and encouraged and encouraged to continue no matter what we are facing today. Thank you for these little reminders from you that you love us. Maybe your big voice sometimes is too much for us even to notice, and we just try to block it out, like blocking out the sunshine from our eyes. It's just too big and too much. And so God, you are so amazing and kind. You even send all these thousands of little reminders to us. The birds singing, the gentle breeze that is like a medicine on our face, the sunshine, the early morning crisp, cool air, and we can share some thoughts and make some jokes together and just renew our spirits a little bit to take on the coming day. And God, while we are praying together, there are still big things to pray for, things that don't yet have an answer. Some of my friends here in the group today are sharing physical pain and suffering on behalf of a friend, anxiety, very uncomfortable feelings in a human's experience. And we do not want these. We would never choose to have these. So God, help us have hope, and again, help us with faith and patience. Even when we feel like our words in the moment are not doing anything, help us to forget that selfish, physical, earthly feeling and instead focus on your infinite, your love, your infinite hope that you give us. The Bible verses are a reminder, and the words from one another are an encouragement. God, you are so many things, and you also are the healer. So many times we have stories of healing that doesn't even make sense, not even to doctors, not even to anyone, but it happened, and it was real, and it can happen, and all of this is in your plan. We don't know what will happen today with our friends or our friends of friends, but I thank you for the stories of hope that come from each of these experiences, and the people who are in the suffering. It's so obvious that you are there with them. Even when I feel weak and I don't know the words to say, and I feel like I'm not being a good friend, I'm not praying enough. It's so nice to see the truth. It doesn't actually matter what I think or what I remember to pray. You forgive all of us. You forgive us for forgetting to pray, but you also forgive anything that we do or have done. So we also pray for the healing and the big stuff to come in the future, the big stories that will happen, because that's how you do things, God. You always just blow us away with miracles, even today in the year 2024. But right now I'm even just praying for the basic sense of peace within, and faith that just living moment by moment, getting through these situations together is so meaningful. Help us to realize the truth of that. It doesn't actually matter the outcome in a description with words, but that we have faith in you, that you have control of everything, you know what will happen, and these situations are breaking your heart too. And obviously you are so much more powerful than us. There will be good that comes of every single thing. Thank you for those promises. No matter human failures, big or small, help us to remember the truth, God. You have it all in your plan, and you love all of us. You never wish us wrong. You never wish that we will go through pain. These things exist, and you still use them to bring glory back to you and to remind us that you are so close to us. We pray all of this in your name, Jesus. We thank you for the time today together. Jesus, thank you for the breaths that I have. Thank you for the body that I have. Help me to use it to show others that you love them more than I ever could. Thank you for the chance that we have to do this stuff today. We pray in your name, Jesus. Amen. How powerful are our human spirits, or how amazing, how hard to comprehend sometimes. We can at the same time be so proud of what we seem to have accomplished. And other humans, I mean, for a few of us, even millions of humans talk about what we have accomplished. And we feel like we've done something great. But it is so clear in another side, it is so clear that humans have so close to zero control over our lives. It's almost funny. At the very same time. And so I can pray a prayer like that and finally just have that release. I'm so grateful for the reminder like that. Man. Thank you, Mikey. I never saw this. Look at this. Wow, dude. I've probably worn these socks 10 times by now. I never saw that. In the best sense, God telling us to run wild is beautiful. Oh man, what a day. Do you know, you who are listening to me speak right now, do you know that you are alive? You have nerves in your body by the millions. All of them feeling life, all of them working, whether or not you know it or not. Almost like there's an entire second being living with you, living at the same time as you are, just waiting to help you more fully experience your own life. I believe that we are a soul created by God, a soul that lives much longer than the skin and bones around it. And there's an author that I really like. He said, the soul is not contained within the body. Actually, it's the exact opposite. The soul is bigger than the body. The body lives for a time, but the soul lives forever. And while you're alive here on this earth, your soul has to stick together with this body, but it's almost like there are two things going on. And when you're alive, your flesh can confuse you into thinking that your needs are so important and that your thoughts and your opinions are so important. But if you even think about this, even next week, you might change your mind. Even next month, you might not even be able to remember your own opinion. Wait, what did I say? What did I think? At the time, it seemed so important that I even had a fight with my friend. And now I can't even remember what we were fighting about. So I've been going through this myself. I noticed something that I was very grateful, but at the same time, I even started crying. I noticed currently in my life, there's only one person with whom I'm not happy. And I said, wow, Joel, that person that you've been complaining about, the person that hurt your feelings, wait, sit here. Think about this. Yeah, it's true. He's the only person that I'm unhappy with of all the people that I know right now. How lucky am I that I only have one negative relationship? But it's not even a negative relationship. That's my opinion of the relationship. And guess what? My opinion can change. I can work on that. God gives me the ability to rationalize these thoughts and give them to Him. Release these negative feelings because they're not helpful. And I sat there feeling a little bit sorry for myself that I can complain when, if I told that to someone else might say, dude, do you know how lucky you are? That is your actual life experience right now? You're only unhappy with one person? But still, it's real. The pain, it's a close friend, so the pain is still real. But yeah, I felt at the same time pathetic, but also very grateful that God is basically God is answering the prayers that I prayed last year, answering them in full right now. It's taken about I realized it maybe 8 months ago, but yeah, you could say it's taken about 1 year for me to realize all the different ways that God is answering this prayer. Last year I prayed for more real Christian friends. I guess I was starting to pray that about 2 years ago, and maybe 1 year ago really started to put it into words. God, I really need more Christian friends. I need to be active to meet more Christian friends. I need to be active to enjoy the time that we have together. But God, please bring more Christian friends in my life. I really only ever had one best friend. He's still one of my best friends for sure, but we don't live near each other. We don't see each other very often. I said, God, I need more support in my life. I can't handle all these people writing me messages, and me answering them is just the end of the line. I feel like I have no support besides the Bible verses that I read. God, I'm sorry, I'm not strong enough to do this. I need some real friends in my real day life, not online. So I'm just being honest. That was the prayer that I was starting to pray 2 years ago, and last year it really got real. And God has answered it over this year and shown me how I can impact the life that I'm leading right now, how I can impact these different groups without me even knowing it. So I was mentioning Thailand, Taiwan, China, Thailand, basically one lap of my life as I've lived for the past 5, but even my total of now more than 15 years in Thailand. I lived in this part of the countryside, I lived in the city, and I did some volunteer trips. I was a teacher, and then I stopped teaching. I started all the training, and then started to really have a presence online, not just physical. So multiple different groups of people having reason to know my name. And I just didn't respect how far it's gone, because my opinion hasn't changed so much. And the things that I've done actually haven't changed so much, but the time is now paying off. How much time I sit and answer messages, to me, after 5 years of doing it now, it's almost just a chore. I do get great joy from one message once in a while, meaning me writing my response. I do really get into the story of someone else's life and taking part in helping them or motivating them when I know what I'm doing. Of course it happens, but most of the time, people have stopped writing me real messages, which is understandable because now after COVID, people don't have so much time to just sit and like the live stream group, for example. But like that guy, Tim, who just said hello on the side of the road. Many guys like him have said hi to me in the past month, and they said, Joel, you have no idea how much your encouraging me helped me. And I know you might not even remember me, but you said this, and I was really grateful, and oh man. So I shared something like this last week, but it has happened again this week, and it is such a gift, man. And like I said, I'm not doing anything extra. I think I'm just doing what I should be doing. I don't deserve to be paid back in such awesome and encouraging words. I'm just doing what I should be doing, and I've already been paid so abundantly by God giving me all that He has given to me and my family. I already have all the payment that I could ever ask for. So to be paid back with extra encouragement just shows how good God is. Like, ridiculously good. Anyone who thinks that God is angry with them, I really feel for you, because your thoughts are so confused. I mean, you still feel that way, and that's a real feeling, but it is not from God. That is the evil forces in the world distracting you and making you waste your time. Your time that is a gift to you. You are free, but you have to realize it. You are free to live in the light, but you have to realize it. How do you realize it? Well, you try to change things up, try to get some perspective. Pray. Ask God for wisdom. Ask God for these different experiences that give you the right perspective. We are so silly up here. So many times our heart has the right, very simple truth. The real truth. It sounds funny. Oh, isn't truth truth? Well, we can think up all these truths and use the word truth to label them, but they are not real truth. They are not God's truth. They are just human opinion, and we can use the word truth to describe them, but it's just our thoughts, which are not 100% all the time, or even close to 100%. So I do pray for wisdom for myself. And one of my favorite Bible verses, James chapter 1, verse 4 or 5. So those of you who lack wisdom, pray, and it will be given to you. For God answers your prayers, but do not pray with a heart that is unsteady or unsure, because like a boat tossed about by the wind, unable to maintain the way, you cannot expect to receive answers or blessings from God when you pray with a unsteady heart. So have faith, even a tiny bit of faith, and God will give wisdom to you in the way that He wants, in the way of His plan. The whole chapter of James 1 is maybe it's hard to say the best chapter, but for me, it's the chapter. It's my favorite chapter in the whole Bible, James chapter 1. Luke chapter 12 was a previous favorite. Matthew chapter 6. But James chapter 1, Harley, because of cycling, for the past 2 years, James chapter 1 has been my favorite, because it talks about endurance and payoff. Infinite payoff if we just have a little faith. You know what? Hi, Harley. Sorry. Hi, Harley. We just had a very real moment just now, Harley. Very cool prayer, a gift to me. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to say. And it's almost like a little experience in the moment, seeing how God will direct my thoughts when I just actually try to remove myself. Not remove myself entirely, because I still have to speak, but to remove my selfish thoughts. Push them out of the picture for a little bit and see what words are going to come out of my mouth. It's almost like a gift to me. And that's why sometimes I lose faith with with myself as a human, but also with my friends, with you. When you just ask me for prayer and then start talking about some other subject, and I say, why would you ask me for prayer if you actually don't believe? You just want me to pray for you? You actually don't care to pray yourself? I know that's partially, I don't need to say those. Maybe some of that is negative thinking, but no, I'm genuinely just telling you, it's not that hard. If you put the time in, God will reward you. This is like a gift for you. 100%, no one can take this away. You just have to do it. Oh man. Dude, yo. I'm so grateful for this voice. Oh man, yeah, perfect timing, man. Okay, what did you actually say? Wait a minute, you're hiding in a new live stream. As I've been sharing right now, I've been also watching these guys, one of my favorite animals, one of the Earth's most amazing creatures. They're walking across here, walking up, left and right. Ants are just so cool. What are you guys doing? So, there are tiny red ants, there are small black ants, and then there are these big red ants. I haven't seen any giants yet. So I don't know if these are two different species and different kinds, I guess different roles of ants, like the small ants maintain the hive and then the big ants go out and do work. I don't know. Or it might be three different species of ants and the size difference is so much that none of them are a threat to one another, so they just go around. Yeah, these red ants can bite for sure. Even some of them have venom. But still, these are not the worst. There are bigger than these in Thailand. More painful than these. So the nest is either going to be under the dirt or up in the tree. These guys, I can't see a trail going up the tree. There are just single ants going up. So I guess the nest is behind me. Yeah, and even the biggest ants, Harley, the biggest ants I've ever seen in Thailand are still not as big as the driver ants from Africa. Kenya has these ones called safari ants that can actually make you bleed. One ant biting you can actually tear skin big enough that you can see it with your eyes. Not just feel the pain, but actually you can see a cut. Think how strong an ant is that one ant could actually cut your skin. It's, yes, you guys, we found it. Yes. Okay, so talking about team strength right here. Look at this. The ants moved from here. The slope was gentle enough that the teamwork could succeed. Now they're going up the cliff. It's getting to be almost vertical. And here, oh my gosh, I need a photo of this. I don't want to blow or breathe because even wind might be enough to, and you see the guy standing, defending. You see all the, what are those called? Mandibles are open and ready to attack. Look at that teamwork, man. Literally ants holding each other's legs to the tree. I can look closely and see some ants are actually biting the legs of the other ants, holding them up. So I think they are not gonna succeed, but they're trying. Yep, it's a chicken bone, literally just pulled up by the strength of the team. That's why ants are just so fascinating. What a completely hopeless looking task, but they're going for it. So much like humans. So much like humans in so many ways. If an even higher being was examining us, look at these humans working so hard for absolutely nothing. Wow. That's so impressive, man. So clearly the nest is up in the tree, or why else would they be trying to hoist something that weighs 1,000 times their body weight? What else is over here? Wow, this camera is pretty amazing, right? Dude, just imagine how strong a human would have to be to climb a vertical cliff face and carry something that's the size of your entire torso with your arms extended out in front of you. So if humans had 2 more arms, we still wouldn't even be close to strong enough to do that. Wow. Just imagine if you saw humans doing this, you would like freak out, right? Just a human like moving quickly up a wall already would be crazy. Then what if they're carrying like a 100 kilogram bag of rocks for no reason? The show of strength is just totally insane. Wow. This camera actually is totally insane as well. Look at the detail of that. Don, that's awesome. Is there a chicken in a wheelchair somewhere in your... Oh. So I'm pretty sure I've shared before, when I was a kid, when I was 4 years old, actually my favorite thing to do in my whole life was climb a tree next to my house. There were 3 different trees. I would climb them, follow the trails of ants, and one by one, pick the ant, eat it, sometimes feel it bite my tongue, which sometimes would hurt a lot. Sometimes it wouldn't bite my tongue, and I would eat hundreds of ants like that. And that was a day well spent. And I used to mess with many bugs, be cruel to many different bugs, but not, well, I guess eating them is cruel, but I would never torture ants. I always liked them. And I like to eat them. "11 of you sticking with me for 2.5 hours now. Cool. I did say I'm gonna take it easy now for a few days, maybe 5 days, until it's time to do the challenge. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna ride for 5 days. It means I'm gonna take it easy for 5 days. So probably, oh, Harley, I 2 months ago, I did a huge amount of homework, like every day, all day editing videos, because I knew I was going to have a then huge time of different bike races when I wouldn't have any mental focus to do any desk work. I was only going to do the leg work, literally. And I'm still tired. I'm still not recovered from that. I've tried to sit at the desk for like 3 days in a row now. I still can't focus. But it is cool, and I do appreciate how amazing our bodies are. Training for something, performing, and pushing well past what limits I thought I had. And it is such a reward just for me. I love talking about it. Whenever someone asks me about it over the past few weeks, I love talking about it. And it also makes me have some perspective too, because the guys that I watch on television, I feel like my legs would actually fall off doing what they do. But cool perspective. A lot of people in the race who were, 300th place, 400th place. There were almost 2,000 people in this race that I did. It was a 5-day race. The people who, because we shared a few different hotels, and the race transportation took us, so we were on the bus together sometimes, and they said, "How would you even do that? I feel like my legs would just fall off." And I say, "Thanks. I feel exactly the same way. The guys that I follow, if I tried to do what they do, you could just rip my legs off. It would hurt so bad." So the perspective has been beautiful. But it's all for me, like it's my perspective. It's like a gift to me for all the hard work that I've done. It's like a story I can even tell myself. I don't even need to share it with others. I'm excited and I want to share it, but I don't even need to share it with anyone. It's like a lifetime achievement to know that this really happened. So now it's back to the other job. So I have 2 jobs. Now it's back to the desk job. So Harley, I'm trying to rest, sleep enough, recover, not drink too much coffee, because coffee can kind of blur the lines of honesty. If you drink 4 cups of coffee, yeah, you can focus on work for a few hours, but it's not real. It's not a healthy way to focus on work. So I really need to rest and recover and sleep and eat well, drink a lot of water with the coffee, and then do some quality work. So tonight, Leah and I are going to go out to film a new video. On Saturday and Sunday, we might get 2 more videos. So hopefully I'll have 3 videos to edit for next week. Hopefully can get it done in the 4 or 5 days. And then it's back to the first job again. Pushing the limits physically instead of mentally. And it's a cool cycle that I'm in right now. Haha, cycle. I said cycle. It's a cool schedule that I'm on right now. And it's having a lot of payoff right now. But the fact is, I am tired, like really fatigued. It does, Eva. So I'm just being honest with you guys. When I've already done 2 live streams, and you could say I didn't really have time for them, because there are other things, just chores, even house chores, or going to do my visa, going to do the tax papers and documents that take a long time here as a foreigner in Thailand. Those kind of things, those chores have built up. So when I've already done 2 live streams and then someone sends a message, "Hey, we're missing the live streams. Hey, when are you gonna do another?" I'm like, oh man, you guys. Patience. But when I have a good attitude about it, it makes me very grateful that so many of you look forward to these live streams with me. That is, to be able to say that is really special. Wow. Yes, Don. But now that my attitude is right, I say thank you. Really, in my heart, it is a source of something so special. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. So I don't know if the next one is going to be on Saturday or Sunday or Wednesday or even Friday. Those are the 4 days of the week that it lines up, that I always have a chance to do a live stream. So I will see you within a week. How about that? Yes, make it a great week. Harley, thank you. Thank you for the honesty always, Harley. You help me as a teammate. The honesty. And Eva, thank you for that quote. Coffee blurs the lines of honesty. I really do believe that. Oh, Don, thanks, man. Yeah, the Mahia video was cool, you know? It was almost like that kind of video is easy and fun and great and carefree. I could just make those kind of videos, but to me it seems like it's taking the easy way out, because I want to share more information. I want to educate people more. I don't just want to eat tasty looking street food. I've never wanted to do that. I do that off camera. I've never wanted to make videos of like the easy to make stuff, because any foreigner, I think, this was my opinion, any foreigner can just come to the airport in Chiang Mai, just walk outside, use Google Maps, go eat some awesome looking street cart and make a YouTube video. Nowadays, there are hundreds of people doing that. So I always thought, oh, that's the easy way out. But honestly, if I do a good job of it, I have experience in Thailand that's unique to me, and God gave me these now 3 different sort of mini careers or mini lives in Thailand that I can relate and share different experience and make a totally unique video that someone coming to visit Thailand, even for, I don't know, even for a year, they would never be able to put together these cultural links, share memories. So I don't need to think of it as like the easy way out. I could try to make more videos like that. And they're more fun for me. They are easy videos, but people like them. So how good is that? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the 11 of you still here, the recent video is called Khao Ka Mu, the pork leg rice. It's not the healthiest meal, but man, it looks good. And man, it's tasty. And it is quintessential Thai street food. And Don, you asked, what dish have I never done? I just remembered. Pad See Ew. I've never done a video only on Pad See Ew. That's going to be the next one. And I know a place to do it. Okay, have a great day. Yes, Adam, okay, 1 more minute for you, man. Adam, you're a stinker. You knew I was wrapping it up and you waited 10 minutes. You've been here for 10 minutes already, I know. You're just timing it. Boom. Well, Don, I respect that, but the purpose is, it's not easy to go 25 kilometers south of Chiang Mai. The places that I'm going to go are on the main thoroughfare, you know, downtown, or like the one that I did, walking distance from the main road. Adam, thanks. Okay. Oh, Adam. Wow, Mikey, that's the hardest part for sure. That would be by far the hardest part, making the actual noodles. Mikey, with half wheat, half rice flour, or multi-purpose rice flour, or specifically Thai brand rice flour? Don, but that's the idea that I always have. I always try to find something that no one else could could notice, or, you know, I got the feeling driving by this tiny street and I want to go back here and show. That's what I usually do. And it's always stressful because I overthink it. So again, that's why I say there are tons of easy videos just waiting there, because I've always thought I don't want to bother with those things, because any random YouTube video person from another country could just come and just make a video of that thing. So I want to find like the ones that only I can find. But actually that's not, I don't need to think like that. Tapioca flour. Yes, totally correct. Dude, amazing. So yeah, in Thai they also call it tapioca sometimes. Yeah, cassava, tapioca, manioc, yuca is all the same thing. Adam, would you believe I had a jacket on 3 hours ago when I started the live stream? 2 hours 45. And now I'm actually sweating, so I'm gonna go home. How to do this. Very sorry. Very sorry for that, guys. I don't know what the screen even looks like. I've never gone back and watched what does it actually look like if I don't warn you, and then I just, what I'm actually doing is there's a lanyard attached to this, and I just hold it with my mouth and the phone just swings. I'm not gonna drive again with the phone, sorry. Okay, I've already driven how much? 30 minutes driving slowly. I'm gonna go. Later, guys. Adam, awesome to see you, man. Adam, leave him with a joke. End us on a good note instead of me just doing my classic 19-minute goodbye with no real like takeaway, no moral of the story. Yeah, well, it's you guys' fault. I had a moral of the story. And then Mikey said, Joel, I think you should just talk for 90 more minutes. Okay. Okay. Mikey, thank you, man. And Mikey, thank you. I did enjoy at least the next 30 minutes. I did enjoy. You guys want to know something cool right here? I feel a sense of personal pride. I have never before driven a legal, tax-paid, licensed motorbike until this one for this week. And I feel a sense of pride. I'm driving parked next to a motorbike where the license is expired. And just the way they do it in Thailand, you can see the year, you can see the date on anyone's, because the police just glance at it and check when you're going through different downtown checkpoints. So it's easy to see if other motorbike drivers have paid the tax. And I have driven for 8 years a motorbike with an expired tax. Yeah, who knows? Oh, one time I asked in class when I was still teaching at the university, I said, okay, everyone, it's just me. You can be honest. Raise your hand if you have a license, a driver license, and if you pay the tax on your motorbike. One student raised their hand. One. So obviously the police can just clean up. They have a 1 in 20 chance that the person that they're pulling over actually has everything up to date. So it's basically a game for students to just avoid the checkpoints. Okay, but including me, including the teachers. So I am paid up. I've got my tax and I'm proud, and I'm parked next to a motorbike who didn't pay. Ha! See ya. Hells Angel. So for the first 7 years, I didn't have a motorbike, so it didn't matter. I only had my feet and a bicycle. But then Lee came into my life and I realized, Joel, you can't ask your girlfriend to just ride a bicycle for the time that you guys are together. But I guess it was still too much to ask that I get the license and registration in and pay the annual tax. I guess it was still too much until now. No, unfortunately, it's way more complex than that, which is why only one student in the class had everything up to date. Have a great day. There's the fun story for the day. Joel was a Hells Angel for 8 years. Dude, Mikey. Yes. There are for sure Thai-led chapters of Hells Angels. Okay, peace. And big thanks for helping me get in the right attitude and right mindset for this week. Thank you. My week is now starting off right on Wednesday. Better late than never. And I do mean that. Yao, amazing cameo, you could say. No, Yao, amazing visit, great timing. Mikey, great description. Dawn, good jokes. Okay, I can think of 3, actually. Adam, I don't know Goose Wayne. I don't know if I can therefore remind our friends to go and check out Goose Wayne. Oh, Adam, that's great, dude. That's a moment of peace for sure. I know you and your niece is one of your favorite humans. Adam, that's cool, man. That's a great strategy right there. Okay, later, guys. Eva, thank you for the prayers. Kim, thank you for the verses. Madux, thank you for the reminder to do the daily homework, finding different verses and chapters to be inspired by. My middle name is also Wayne Dunn. At first I thought Adam was making a joke about me. Thank you, Eva. And you guys, two of our close live stream friends, for 2 totally different reasons. Max, I guess she's very busy. She has sent me an email, 2 different emails. I guess Max is just very busy at work, so I would appreciate prayers for her. She doesn't have so much time to write, but she is always praying. I know that. And Melgie, I will not claim that I ever really understood, but I am at least proud that we did the right thing years ago. One time during a period of time. I'll just be honest, I don't know what to say. I don't understand. But pray for Melgie. These 2 ladies who are our friends. They might be out of contact, but they think of us a lot. I know that for sure. So pray for them. And see you next week.